The 19th century was a turning point for the Ottoman Empire, once a global superpower that now struggled to maintain its existence. At the heart of this critical period was Sultan Abdul Hamid II, a ruler who fought to keep the empire alive while navigating internal dissent, foreign threats, and monumental change. This is the story of the man who would become the last great caliph of Islam. Born in 1842, Abdul Hamid II was the son of Sultan Abdul Majid I, a reformist ruler known for the Tanzimat reforms. His policies aimed at modernizing the empire and centralizing its administration. Growing up in this era of change, Abdul Hamid witnessed both the potential and the pitfalls of reforms. Abdul Hamid was deeply influenced by his education, which combined Islamic teachings with modern subjects. He developed a strong belief in Islam as the unifying force for the diverse people of the empire. But his childhood was also marked by loss. His mother passed away when he was just 7 years old, a tragedy that shaped his introspective and cautious personality. In 1876, Abdul Hamid ascended the throne at a time when Ottoman Empire was facing immense challenges. Financial debt had reached crippling levels and European powers were encroaching on Ottoman lands. Nationalist movements were erupting across the Balkans. To many, the empire seemed like a ship destined to sink. Upon becoming Sultan, Abdul Hamid agreed to a constitution and parliamentary system, earning the support of reformists and intellectuals. It was a moment of hope for those who believed the empire could modernize while retaining its sovereignty. But this hope was short-lived. The Russo-Turkish War of 1877 dealt a devastating blow to the empire. Ottoman forces suffered humiliating defeats, and millions of Muslims in the Balkans were displaced or massacred. The Treaty of Berlin stripped the empire of vast territories and left it further humiliated on the global stage. Faced with these disasters, Abdul Hamid made a bold decision. In 1878, he dissolved parliament, suspended the constitution, and took on absolute power. Critics labeled him a dictator, but Abdul Hamid saw himself as the only one capable of holding the empire together. Despite his autocratic rule, Abdul Hamid's reign was marked by ambitious projects. He oversaw the construction of the Hijaz Railway connecting Istanbul to the holy cities of Mecca and Medina, strengthening the empire's ties to its Muslim population. Abdul Hamid also expanded education, creating schools and universities and modernizing the army. He was a man of vision who believed in using Islam as a unifying force, promoting the idea of Pan-Islamism to counter the growing influence of European colonial powers. Yet Abdul Hamid's enemies were not just foreign powers like Britain, Russia, and France, who sought to divide the empire. At home, opposition grew from young Turks, a group of reformist intellectuals and military officers who resented his authoritarianism. The Young Turks accused Abdul Hamid of ruling through fear, censorship, and a vast spy network. They painted him as the Red Sultan, responsible for suppressing dissent and targeting minorities, though many of these claims remain debated by historians. In 1908, the Young Turk Revolution forced Abdul Hamid to reinstate the constitution and reopen the parliament. It seemed the Sultan had lost his grip on power. Just a year later, after a failed counter coup, the Young Turks deposed Abdul Hamid and sent him into exile in Thessaloniki. Stripped of his throne, Abdul Hamid lived out his remaining years in quiet isolation. He spent his days reading and reflecting on his reign, reportedly saying, "I tried to hold the empire together. History will judge whether I succeeded or failed." Abdul Hamid II remains one of the most controversial figures in Ottoman history. To some, he was a tyrant who resisted progress and suppressed freedom. To others, he was a visionary who fought to save an empire on the brink of collapse. His reign marked the last significant attempt to preserve the Ottoman Caliphate before its eventual end in 1924.